chance, I can just jump ahead to
Yeah,
that
I
one real quick. But that was a great answer, by the way. I love that. All right, so and now, Sybil and the Foulest Knight in all of Trom. Did I say that right? Trom?
Yes, Trom.
Okay, yeah. Rory Mendacious?
Mendacious. Yeah.
Roderick
or Rory. Yeah. No, you're good. I'm sorry. That's the thing about fantasy, though. Like, so many things can be made up. There's no... and sometimes, like, when I'm listening to audiobooks, that's, like, the only way I know how to say things. Or I wait till other people say it because I'm like, I don't know. But the problem now is that audiobooks are like, hey, Rachel, how do you pronounce these things? Because we want to say it right in the audiobook. And I was like, that's such a good question. But anyway, sorry.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
Jess said, like, when we were picking the title, that was my fears, that people would be worried about saying the name, but I don't care.
Yeah,
so
I know.
Yeah, I don't think most authors
It is
care.
what you want it to be at this point, yeah.
So I absolutely love the combination of devoted, faithful powerhouse of a character who realizes that her world is nothing like what she thought, colliding against a cynical, angry heretic who'd never admit that he believes more in people, not a system or a cause.
Yeah.
So, what's the best part of creating the emotional arcs for Sybil and Rory, and what was the hardest?
I mean, obviously the best part is, we all like a Pride and Prejudice moment, and like the pinnacle of Pride and Prejudice is always, the original title is called First Impressions or something. So it is very, very fun to have two characters who you're like, okay, I am going to start with them having complete opposite beliefs. Or yeah, she's very narrow-minded and kind of pious and very proud, and he's just like, you're stupid, and she talks to him and she's like, you're stupid, and so it's just such a great vehicle for tension. So for me, honestly, that part comes easily. The banter between them comes quite easily because I don't know what this says about me, but like petty little insults. I'm like, I'm so good at that. I think the hard part is in just character work in general is nuance and trying not to, it's inevitable that you do it in some ways, but try not to make an archetype of anyone.
Right.
Like, yeah, he isn't just a broody little turd wearing eyeliner, and she's not just like, I don't know, this is a hot take, but I'm not always fond of the idea of like strong female lead. I think I go for nuance if I can. She's strong and not. There's deeply, deeply vulnerable, flawed. So yeah, it takes layers. It takes drafting layers because sometimes characters feel too, I don't know, they don't feel fully formed for a while. So yeah, just going back and going for subtlety takes work and time.
And that makes sense. I mean, strong female characters are strong for a reason.
Yeah.
What made them strong?
Yeah.
And so I think Drowning.
Yeah.
For 10 years.
No, she's physically she's supposed to be very strong, and she's also strong in her convictions, and a lot of that is because actually to be a diviner is very physically and emotionally taxing for her, and it's very difficult for her, and she doesn't actually like it, but in her mind, it all has to be for a reason. I think that's why it's so hard for her when her world comes crumbling down. Kind of the log line of the story is to tell a story, is to tell a lie. So what does it mean when, you're suffering for something and it has to be worth something in the end? Because what did you do it all for? And then you realize perhaps nothing. Like, it's rough. It's rough. Sorry, it's rough. But to like come to that point while writing her takes layers and time.
Sorry, Sybil should pretty much be the log line of your book.
Sorry, all my characters.